She had kind of narrowed down the search. She wanted a small school, she wanted a Christian school, she wanted good soccer, and she wanted good science. She had a couple days off school and I was like, well, why don't we just go visit Houghton? Let's go see if we can spend time with the soccer team. Like, she'd been on campus before, but I'm like, let's actually make it more personable and about you. And had the best weekend. Loved the girls on the soccer team, loved the feel of campus, loved all of it. Even today, like even this week when we brought her to soccer camp to help run the camp, I drive onto campus and it feels like I'm coming home. I was a bio major, so I spent a lot of time in the bio building. When I think back to Houghton, even though I spent so much time in the biology building, I don't think about biology. I think of Dr. Bressler and his amazing Western Lit course that made me fall in love with C.S. Lewis, and Dr. O'Byrne, who I took children's ministry from, and went to Ireland with, who made me fall in love with ministry. So I'm hoping that she gets to experience that great fellowship with not just classmates but teachers. That was really so special to me, to have really good relationships with my teachers, not just in the classroom but outside of the classroom, and feel like they were friends, and just an opportunity to grow. I want my kids to be kids that go out into the world with a gospel worldview, but I want them to be kids who are able to engage the world. So I want them to be able to ask hard questions and talk about hard things, and I love that Houghton does those things. It brings you a biblical worldview to look at the world through. Probably back in college, I would have laughed and told you that I wasn't fearful about anything. My name, Kelly, means bold, so there's that. And I wasn't afraid because I was always in control. And so it wasn't evident that it was fear, but certainly control is being afraid that no one is going to be able to handle this circumstance or do this thing without my help. But definitely when Rileigh was diagnosed as a type 1 diabetic at 6, it was made very evident to me that I would not have written that into her story. So it became very obvious that there were two things that were going to happen here. God was going to author Rileigh's story, or I was going to try to do it not well and not successfully. So I think I realized at that point that I wanted God to author her story, and that He could work good things even from things that I did not consider good. And I think also I realized at that point that not only did I want God to author Rileigh's story, but that He was also the author of her brother's story and her sister's story. And just because they weren't diagnosed with type 1 diabetes, God just made me really aware that I wanted to be a part of the story, but that I wanted Him to author it. I'm Kelly Studley. I'm a 1997 graduate of Houghton College and the mother of a new Highlander.